together. If you have all this, you don't really need to listen to everybody. Because you should better teach forever and ever and ever. Till Mashiach Shai come back. At least hold down at least 7 hours straight. I mean, you should better do all of that. It's already there. I mean, it's here. If not, then if you listen, you got to learn. As you listen, you got to learn. Learn how our custom is. Why is he calling them hypocrites? Hypocrite mean what? You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. What said you're supposed to do this, you don't do it. You're doing something else, contrary to the way the Most High would have us act and conduct ourselves. Period. And following Him. Simple as that. This is what He said. But in vain they do worship me, teaching the doctrines, the commandments of men. Just how you feel. This way you think it should be. I know my Jesus. You might not call it by that way, but you still act the same way. What's the difference? You know, and you can't back it up with these scriptures in the way you are in acting like the Pharisees or the Scribes. They were the main ones that was always against the Mashiach Yahushua and against the people. Those same spirits, they're the same ones. Their forefathers ones that killed the prophets. Like they killed them, like all the apostles they killed. They had their hands in it. They had their hands in killing the Mashiach Yahushua. That's why he said this in Acts 5:30. The power of our fathers, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, raised up a Mashiach Yahushua. He raised up a Mashiach Yahushua, whom ye, the Pharisees and Scribes, slew and hanged on a tree. Same people. And said, crucify him, let his blood be on us and on our children. And some of you, the children of them Pharisees, whether you realize it or not. Better think, because that's why the Spirit said, hey, they just came out of nowhere. Boom. Scriptures came, I'm walking, scriptures came on my phone. I ain't touched nothing. Scriptures just come up on my phone. Boom, boom. I'm like, whoa, talk to me, Most High. Then this pops out of nowhere. Scribes and Pharisees. Because it's needed through the Spirit. Ask the Holy Spirit to guide you in what you need to be, to say, to bring about the Spirit of the Most High to the people. There's a spirit that needs to be questioned because it's very valid. It's very valid in these last days, these days of time. And see, the precepts of men is the way you think too. It's the way you think. I think this. I'm this. I this. No. It's amazing to me. These cats been in about a couple of years, not even a couple of years, a year. Now they gonna tell you what to do, what time it is. Like I seen this one sister. I tell you about this one sister I seen. She on a bicycle with everything that she on her back, trying to teach me, trying to tell me what time it is. Cause she go to one of these other camps or whatever. I'm like, how you gonna tell me when I'm giving a precept after precept after precept in my memory? I'll praise the Most High. And she's just talking. Precepts of men. And not even understanding probably what the brother was even bringing out. Just, it was exaltation of man. Really, it wasn't. I talk about the Most High and the Mashiach Yahushua. Israel coming later. I mean, the Most High said he's going to take one of us of a city. He's going to take two of us of a family. Now, I want you out there to tell me that you guarantee that you part of that family. Because you know the world going to end without your grandchildren or whoever, or somebody else that was long before you was here. It's not excluded, but you that one. You have to be that one. That's serious. When you look at it, that's real serious. You can take it lightly if you want to. Most High made all of us out of who? 3 men. Shem, Ham, and Japheth and their wives. Everybody you see. So he don't need us, we need him. Everybody so into themselves, into Israel, and and whatever you're going to deal with Israel, and dissecting us and this, that, and the third, when you don't know the Most High enough. His name is jealous. Nobody talk about the Most High enough. Better understand this. Our Heavenly Father, man, he looking down. Who care about him? Not that many. It's too much. It's too much focus on I, me. You better hear the Most High. I told you who to fear, who to be afraid of. It wasn't him. He said, be afraid of my Father. Be afraid of the Most High. Most High meditate. He the king of terrors, y'all. You ain't knowing? It's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. But y'all think whatever you doing, he don't see it. Oh, he don't see me. That's why you believe in the precepts of men. You might well go back to the church. Let them indoctrinate you. Let you be lost more than what you are now. Look at this. Now, when you look at the resurrection or the regeneration or reincarnation, just looking at Acts 23 and 6. But when Paul perceived that the one part were Sadducees and the other Pharisees, these are two separate thinking Israelites. The Sadducees and the Pharisees. Who are they? The Sadducees are those that are the religious so-called preachers and leaders. The Pharisees are the so-called religious, keeping the laws of the Most High and dealing with, as we just read, the Romans, afraid they're going to lose their powers with the Romans. They got the pact or the contract or the agreement with the system, along with their understanding of the Most High rules and regulations, His laws, statutes, commandments. That's what my Secretary said, do what they say, but not what they do, because that's why he called them hypocrites. They were doing opposite of what you're supposed to do in following the Most High. Laws, statutes, commandments. So there you go. It says, but when Paul perceived that the one part were Sadducees and the other Pharisees, he cried out in the council, men and brethren, I am a Pharisee, the son of a Pharisee. See, Paul is a Pharisee, the son of a Pharisee, of the hope and resurrection of the dead. I am called in question. So he's called in question about the resurrection of the dead. And when he has so said, there arose a dissension between the Pharisees and the Sadducees, and the multitude was divided. So when you look at the vision of Israelites, here's the vision of Israelites right here. Yet you gonna come together. We ain't come together. Because you got all these different sets of Israelites, little spirits, different flesh, but coming back on the earth with different mindsets. There became a division between the Sadducees and the Pharisees. You see? Now I explain who they are. They were divided. For the Sadducees say that there is no resurrection, neither angel nor spirit. But the Pharisees confess both. You see? That's the division. I believe this, I don't believe that way. So they divided. And there arose a great cry, and the scribes that were of the Pharisees' part arose and strove, saying, we find no evil in this man, but if a spirit or an angel has spoken to him, let us not fight against the Most High. Hear that? He said, if a spirit or angel has spoken unto him, let us not fight against the Most High. See, so at least these scribes were spiritual enough to know that we only dealing with the spirit of the Most High or the angel of the Most High. Either or, that's what it says. Sometimes it says the angel of the Most High, sometimes it says the spirit. The same thing. And when there arose a great dissension, the chief captain, fearing lest Paul should have been pulled in pieces of them, commanded the soldiers to go down and take him by force from among them and to bring him into the castle. Say, bring him into the castle. But they was going to tear him to pieces. This are our people. And the night following, Mashiach stood by him and said, be of good cheer, Paul, for as thou hast testified of me in Jerusalem, so must thou bear witness also at Rome. Why? Because remember, strangers of Rome. Remember we told you, strangers of Rome? So Israelites were in Rome. So he got to testify of Mashiach in Rome. And when it was day, certain of the Jews banded together and bound themselves under a curse, saying that they would neither eat nor drink till they had killed Paul. See? They bound themselves to a curse. This is our people. We ain't going to eat or drink nothing. We're going to fast until we die. Till we kill Paul. And there were more than 40 which had made this conspiracy. This is our people. You want to know the real? And they came to the chief priests and elders and said, we have bound ourselves under a great curse, that we will eat nothing until we have slain Paul, till we have killed Paul. Now therefore ye with the council signify to the chief captain that he bring him down unto you tomorrow, or though ye would inquire something more perfectly concerning him, and we, or ever he come near and ready to kill him, are ready to kill him. So once he come near us, we gonna kill him. That's what how our people was rolling. And when Paul's sister's son heard of their lying in wait, gonna ambush him, he went and entered into the castle and told Paul. Then Paul called one of the centurions unto him and said, bring this young man unto the chief captain, for he had a certain thing to tell him. So he took him and brought him to the chief captain and said, Paul, the prisoner, called me unto him and prayed me to bring this young man unto thee, who have something to say unto thee. So he brought him to Paul. Then the chief captain took him by the hand and went with him aside privately and asked him, what is that thou hast to tell me? And he said, the Jews have agreed to desire thee, that thou wouldest bring down Paul tomorrow into the council, as though they would inquire somewhat of him more perfectly. But do not thou yield unto them, for there lie in wait for him of them more than 40 men, which have bound themselves with an oath, that they will neither eat nor drink till they have killed him. And now are they ready, looking for a promise from thee, to bring him down so he can kill him. So the chief priest, so the chief captain, Salakia, so the chief captain then let the young man depart. Let him go and charged him. See thou tell no man that thou hast shown these things to me. Keep it a secret. And he called unto him 2 centurions, saying, make ready 200 soldiers to go to Caesarea, and horsemen 70, and spearmen 200 at the 3rd hour of the night, and provide them beasts, that they may set Paul on, and bring him safe unto Felix, the governor, moved him out the way. And he wrote a letter after this matter. Claudius Lysias, unto most excellent governor Felix, sent a greeting. This man was taken of the Jews, and should have been killed of them. Then came I with an army and rescued him, having understood that he was a Roman. See, Paul was a Roman. He had Roman citizenship, just like Cornelius was in the Italian band or Italian army, like any other Israelite that's in America's armed forces. And when I would have known the cause wherefore they accused him, I brought him forth into their council, whom I perceived to be accused of questions of their law, but to have nothing laid to his charge worthy of death or of bonds. They really didn't have any cause to, kill him or to put him in chains. And when it was told me how that the Jews laid wait for the man, I sent straightway to thee, and gave commandment to his accusers also to say before thee what they had against him. Farewell. Then the soldiers, as it was commanded them, took Paul and brought him by night to Antipatris. On the morrow they left the horsemen to go with him, and returned to the castle. Whom when they came to Caesarea and delivered the epistle to the governor, presented Paul also before him. When he presented, the letter to the governor, Paul was right there with him. And when the governor had read the letter, he asked of what province he was. And when he understood that he was of Cilicia, I will hear thee, said he, when thine accusers are also come. And he commanded him to be kept in Herod's judgment hall. So, this is what we're dealing with our wicked people. And Paul wrote most of the New Testament. Look at Matthew. They were all into the government also. Look at Matthew the 9th chapter. Matthew 9 and 11. Let's see. I'll start at verse 10. And it came to pass, Matthew 9 and 10, and it came to pass, as Mashiach sat at meat in the house, behold, many publicans and sinners came and sat down with him and his disciples. So you mean he was around publicans and sinners, tax collectors, and those that broke the laws of the Most High? Mashiach Yahushua thought he was too good to be around people that's lower than him. Really lower than him. Because he at the top as man is concerned. And they really, they came and sat around him. Who was it? Publicans and sinners. But when the Mashiach heard that, he said unto them, they that be whole need not a physician, but they that are sick. If you are already holier than thou, doing whatever you're supposed to be doing, you don't need a physician. You're not sick, but they that be sick. But go ye and learn what that meaneth. Say, go learn what I'm talking about. You say, I will have mercy and not sacrifice. For I am not come to call the righteous, but sinners to repentance. That's what it's all about. And to this day, that's why we say we got to repent. And come back to the Most High's laws, statutes, commandments. And have faith in the Mashiach Yahushua going to the Most High on our behalf. Period. They even told the Mashiach Yahushua. Matthew 11:19, Son of Man, Matthew 11:19, the Son of Man of Mashiach Yahushua came eating and drinking. And they say, behold, a man gluttonous, a man like to eat a lot, and a wine bibber, he drank wine. A friend of publicans and sinners. But wisdom is justified of her children, you see. He was a friend of publicans and sinners. But some of you think you're too good to be amongst the publicans and sinners. You see? Those that's part of getting the monies for the government or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like everybody's suspect. But he was friends of publicans and sinners. That's why he said the children of this world are wiser than the children of light. Because they know everything that's going on and you don't know what's going on. You ain't hip to what's going on. And don't try and be hip to what's going on. Therefore, you in your own little world. Or worlds. And the world is going around fast, and you out here moving slow motion. That's why I say be wise as serpents. Not a serpent, but serpents. All the things that you see these serpents, these snakes are out here doing, you better be knowing what they're doing. If you don't know what a snake is doing, the snake come up and bite you. And you don't even know why you got bit, because you ain't even realize it was a snake. You say, but harmless as a dove. That harmless as a dove means you gotta be humble. You gotta have humility. You see what they told they told the Mashiach Yahushua, they always got something to say about us. Look at Matthew the 9th chapter in the 14th verse. Then came to him the disciples of John, saying, why do we and the Pharisees fast oft, meaning fast often, but thy disciples fast not? These are disciples of John, who were Israelites, because he only baptized Israelites. So they asked the question, say, why do we and the Pharisees fast oft, but your disciples fast not? And the Mashiach said unto them, can the children of the bridegroom mourn? The children of the bridegroom, or bride chamber, mourn as long as the bridegroom is with them. But the days will come when the bridegroom shall be taken from them, and then shall they fast. Talking about themselves. Let you know that we had a bride chamber, where a man and a woman went into a bride chamber to bring the marriage together in sexual intercourse. It's called a bride chamber. I mean, it's here, it's clear, it's just part of our culture. We just don't know it. We don't know it. That's why we got to be taught. And it's going to take a book and books to be able to show us, because I say books only because they separated the Apocrypha from the regular Bible. The only reason why I say books, because you have to have the Apocrypha here is 14 books that the Protestant church took out of the Bible. They took it out of the Bible. It's a lot of meat here. Oh yeah. But you see, he's saying that can the children of the bride chamber mourn? It's all symbolic, because Israel, tell you in Jeremiah 6:2, Israel is like a delicate woman. So he's using analysis of the bride chamber, because it's like you go in, we gotta go in spiritually, we're gonna go into the chamber. It's gonna be a chamber of them chariots when they come down and get us. The Most High will. To be able to go into, get ready for the kingdom. Those that are going to make it, those that's not, then you got your own way. Guess you know the way, so I guess it'll be okay for you. And the way you're going to do it, hopefully you will be there, because a lot of you already figure that you know your own personal way is contrary to a lot of what's been written. So I hope that it'll be okay for you. This is very, very important, that we operators realize that our people, we going through it's nothing new under the sun. We're going through the same things over and over again. The same spirits enter into the room. The same spirits enter into the classes. Same spirits enter into the world. It's the same. Have the same mindset. Sad. Same mindset. It's just repeating itself over and over again. But he's telling us why they don't have to fast as long as he's there. If they're dealing directly with him. Because remember he told them, they asked him how come they couldn't cast out the evil spirit? And he said this kind only goes out through fasting and prayer. Like sometimes y'all dealing with all these spirits and so forth, you think it's gonna come out. You gotta fast and pray. Look at Luke 17 and 20. And when he was demanded of the Pharisees, here they are again, when the kingdom of the Most High should come. Like a lot of you want to know, when the kingdom of the Most High is going to come. He answered them and said, the kingdom of the Most High cometh not with observation. You hear that? The kingdom of the Most High comes without observation. You ain't going to be seeing it come. Remember, it's going to come like a thief in the night. You don't know when a thief coming. Listen, the kingdom of the Most High cometh not with observation. Neither shall they say, lo here or lo there. It's over here, it's over there. For behold, the kingdom of the Most High is within you. How about that? Said the kingdom of the Most High is within you. Who's he talking to? Verse 20. And when he was demanded of the Pharisees, see, they didn't have the proper understanding of this truth, of this word. He said, neither shall they say, lo here or lo there. For behold, the kingdom of the Most High is within you. And he said unto the disciples, the days will come when ye shall desire to see one of the days of the Son of Man, and ye shall not see it. You're going to be gone. And they shall say to you, see here or see there. Go not after them. And y'all need to hear this too. He said, go not after them, nor follow them. For as the lightning that lighteth out of the one part under heaven shineth unto the other part under heaven, so shall also the Son of Man be in his day. But first must he suffer many things and be rejected of this generation. He said, as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man. In the days of Noah, when he was building that ark, they did eat, they drank, they married wives. They were given in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark. And the flood came and destroyed them all. The flood came and destroyed them all. Likewise also it was in the days of Lot. They did eat, they drank, they brought, they bought, they sold, they planted, they builded. But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. He's telling you, even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed. In that day he which shall be upon the housetop, and his stuff in the house, let him not come down to take it away. Better hear what he's saying. When this day comes, whatever you got, you better leave it alone. He said, don't take his stuff in the house. Whatever's in the house, let him not come down to take it away. And he that is in the field, let him likewise not return back. Remember Lot's wife. You don't remember Lot's wife, she turned back. Turned to a pillar of salt to this day. Whosoever shall seek to save his life shall lose it. And whosoever shall lose his life shall preserve it. I tell you, in that night there shall be 2 men in one bed. The one shall be taken and the other shall be left. 2 women shall be grinding together. The one shall be taken and the other left. Meaning women going to be working in the mills and so forth, in the factories. 2 men shall be in the field. The one shall be taken and the other left. And they answered and said unto him, where? Mashiach Yahushua. And he said unto them, wheresoever the body is, remember the body of a Mashiach. We as the Israelites, the church is the true church of the Most High. Wheresoever the body is, thither will the eagles be gathered together. So, whose side is the eagle? Wherever the main body is that's dealing with this truth, we as Hebrew Israelites, there the eagles going to be gathered together. See, we got a choice to live now, and if you don't come back in our time, come back with a Mashiach Yahushua as an angel, spirit, with him. Or live and come back again. And live and get it more together. And be hopefully born with someone that's already been living the truth. Like you that are having babies that's born in your womb, they're learning the truth. Growing up in this truth, learning and applying it in their life, not waiting on anything, coming out of the womb with spiritual power, with the spirit of the Most High. We the sons of the Most High. How you figure you can't? It's just, I'll see people just take them to the left. Take them, don't want to deal with this and what it's about in trying to come to higher levels of power, spiritual power. This right here. Everybody loves this world, though. He loves this world. This world set up to send you straight to hell. I'll tell you that. Brothers better wake up. Luke 18:12. See, I fast twice in a week. Well, let's deal with this. Let's deal with the whole story. Verse 9, Luke 18:9. And he spake this parable unto certain which trusted in themselves that they were righteous and despised others. Yeah, who is this? I done heard, seen, felt this spirit. They so uppity, they so there, and everybody else is below them. Prime example. Like your righteousness gotta exceed the righteousness of the Pharisees and the Scribes. You're gonna enter to the kingdom of heaven. This from the Most High. This is what it said. And he spake this parable, which is a riddle, unto certain which trusted in themselves. They trusted in themselves that they were righteous and despised others. And they despised others. See, one thing about it, I can say wherever I'm at, but everybody got opportunity to grow in their own pace. Their own pace. You got to desire more, to do more, to do more. We ain't done enough. None of us done enough. As long as you figure you done enough, then I'm waiting to hear from you. Because you saying you done enough to make it into the, you done already made your way into the kingdom. You already got your seat, you sitting in the kingdom, just a matter of whenever you get there. See, that's what it's talking about. Those that think they're so much better than everybody else. You see, I can answer for myself. I ain't gonna answer for nobody else. You gonna answer for yourself. You ain't answering for nobody else. Believe that. Each one of us gonna meet the judgment seat alone. Alone. Period. That's why you need to get used to answering for yourself. And with what this spirit right here is no humility in this, because they think they despise others. They think they're better than other people. They think that some people are lower than them in the mind and the spirit and don't even know. I can't call that. You can't call that on no one. Some of you can call it as you want to on me for whatever I'm bringing forth, but a lot of people you don't know, you don't hear them, you've never seen them, you don't know anything about them. You don't say anything about them. That's what they're dealing with right here. And he spake this parable unto certain which trusted in themselves that they were righteous. They were righteous and despised others. Just the spirit, like I say, your righteousness got to exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees to enter into the kingdom of heaven. 2 men went up into the temple to pray. The one a Pharisee, what we dealing with, in topic wise, and the other a publican. You know, a low life, he's lower than the Pharisee. And the Pharisee, man, he's nothing. You're gonna see. And that's how people think. I'm up here, I know this, and I'm all this here, and barely making it. What the Most High say? He hate a poor man or woman that's poor and prideful. Listen, the Pharisee stood and prayed thus with himself. Most High, I thank thee that I am not as other men are, extortioners, unjust, adulterers, or even as this publican. Why you gotta bring him in it? He just went up there to pray. That's like he went to pray. Even as this publican, putting somebody down. What he's saying? I'm better than him. You ain't better than nobody. That's conceited. That's pride. You need to humble yourself before the Most High. I fast twice in the week. I give tithes of all that I possess. You think the Most High don't know this? He praying saying this. Think the Most High don't know this? And the publican standing afar off would not lift up so much as his eyes unto heaven. He wouldn't even lift up his eyes and look up in the sky. He got his head down, but smote upon his breast, saying, Most High, be merciful to me, a sinner. Asking for mercy from the Most High. Say, Most High, be merciful to me, a sinner. I tell you, this man went down to his house, justified rather than the other. For everyone that exalted himself, think you better than somebody else, like, oh, you want to look down on other people? Everyone that exalted himself shall be abased. You're going to be brought down. Period. And he that humbled himself shall be exalted. Don't be exalted. That's why I keep saying it's about, there's no sense in repenting and you're going to still be haughty and all high-minded. Shoot, you better understand this. Look. You go one right here. Look at Isaiah 3 and 10. Say ye to the righteous, that it shall be well with him, for they shall eat the fruit of their doings. See? Ain't no respect of person with the Most High. Woe, destruction unto the wicked, it shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hands shall be given him. Things you have done and said, it's going to be given you. For as for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. Ain't that something? As for my people, children are their oppressors. So we're being oppressed by the mindset of children. And that's real, y'all. And women rule over them. Come on now. Women rule over. That's one reason why we in the shape we in right now. Because women ruling over men. That's opposite of where it should be. You know you can do your studies all you want to. You can't go back to until not even the 1800s, 1900s, where women is starting to get power where they ruling over men. Come on now. That's off. That's off as ever. I just read you the order. It says, Mashiach Yahushua is over the man is over the woman, and the Most High is over Mashiach. That's the order. But it says here, O my people, listen, as for my people, children are their oppressors. Children, wicked children. That's why you're going to kill wicked children. The wicked children out there killing people, too. And women rule over them. Men allowing their woman to rule over them. And women want the power all the way back to the garden. What did Satan offer Eve? Power. You're going to be as gods. That's what he told her. Knowing good and evil. You're going to have all this power. And the Most High came down. Adam, you always want to say Adam sinned. Yeah, Adam went for it. But did he get Adam first? Because he told Adam first? You got to look at what he did. I mean, y'all ain't in the spirit enough to understand the order of the Most High, how he operated. He gave that punishment, that judgment to Eve first. Then he told Adam. And this what's the judgment to the woman? So it says, and women rule over them. How contrary is that for the first judgment of man and woman? Or woman and then man, because it wasn't man and woman, it was woman and then man. In Genesis 3:16, unto the woman he said. This after they done. Let's see what Satan offered her first, so you know what I'm saying is real. Because they were told not to eat of the tree of good and evil. And that's what we're dealing with in this world. When you're born in this world, you're dealing with eating of the tree of good and evil. All you needed to eat was the tree of life. Live forever. Eat this tree right here, you're going to live forever. Eat that tree over there, you're going to die. The day you eat of that tree, you're going to die. So, did they have faith in the Most High? No. They really believe in the Most High? No. Did she? No. Because Adam told her, because he told him, we can eat of every tree, we can't eat of every tree of the garden, but we can't eat of the tree of good and evil. You don't need to know nothing about evil. But here y'all all thinking that y'all rolling in righteousness and you rolling in evil. And have a fit whenever somebody bring it out, because on spirit society you just go crazy. Listen. And you know brothers, you know sisters, that this is real. Verse 4, Genesis 3 and 4, and the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die. She done told him, Most High told him, the day that you eat of that tree of good and evil, you're going to die. You will not die. And the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die. First lie ever told, right there. Mark that one. Genesis 3 and 4. For the Most High does know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open, and ye shall be gods. You hear that? Your eyes going to be open and you're going to be gods. That's what was promised to the woman. Adam's not here. Knowing good and evil. See? You didn't need to know no evil. You need to know the part of the Most High that create evil. Isaiah 45:7 all day long. You see? Lamentation 3:38 all day long. It ain't going nowhere. It's right there for you. Most High say you don't need to know me in righteousness. This is what we're working to get to. Because he's going to get rid of evil. all the sinners of his people shall die by the sword, that say the evil shall not prevent or prevail over them. Paraphrasing in Amos 9 and 10. That's what's written. Listen to the devil. Like a lot of y'all out there listen to the devil all the time, every day. Probably how many times you rebuke the devil? You don't even rebuke the devil. Know how, heard how, don't even do it. Because he won't allow you to do it. Listen, because you right here still, and it's 2017, you still here. For the Most High does know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open, and ye shall be as gods. That's powers. What do you think that's saying? Powers. You have all this power, knowing good and evil. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, to take it in, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and the tree to be desired to make one wise, see? Who could make you more wiser than the Most High? See, like this tree, like I'm gonna get, I mean, come on, everything ain't expedient. How wise you think she would have been without eating that tree? More so than what she got when she ate it. You better believe that. Listen. She saw it to be a tree to be desired and make one wise. She took of the fruit thereof and did eat. It wasn't no apple neither. It's just talking about this fruit of lies, really. That's all it is, fruit of lies. A bunch of lies. But what did he tell them? You ain't gonna surely die. And they did die. She did eat and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. See? Now what's the judgment for doing this? Verse 16, unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. Remember, I'm here because it says women ruling over us. Women ruling over men. He said unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children. See? In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children. Meaning hard labor. Pains, labor pains. And thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. Hear that? Her desire will be to her husband, and he shall rule over the woman. Why is saying that? Because she listened to another entity besides her husband. And then brought it to her husband. The scriptures say she fooled her. So listen to what he told the man, Adam. And unto Adam he said, because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, because you listened to this woman that I gave you. You listened to your wife, the voice of your wife, and not to the Most High, and have eaten of the tree of which I commanded thee, saying, thou shalt not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for thy sake, and sorrow shalt thou eat of it all the days of thy life. Thorns also and thistles shall it bring forth to thee, and thou shalt eat the herb of the field. In the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread, till thou return unto the ground. For out of it wast thou taken, for dust thou art, and unto dust shalt thou return. See? So, the woman is not supposed to be ruling over the man. Even Esau know that. That's why you see who's going into the White House. It ain't Hillary Clinton. It's Donald Trump. No matter how they did it. They went over to vote again, or electoral college, or whatever they did. He's still going into the White House, right? Listen. And women rule over them. That's Isaiah the 3rd chapter, the 12th verse. O my people, since a woman is ruling over us, he said, O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err. So he's telling us those that lead the children of Israel. That's a lot of what you're looking at in these religions. A lot of it goes back to Semiramis. Most of it go back to Semiramis and Nimrod and Tammuz. So no matter how you get attitude how you want to, it's telling you here what it says. You can't make it say nothing different. Oh my people, they which lead thee, if a woman ruling over you, over them, then she's leading. When you ruling, you leading people. They that lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy path. So all the men that's having a woman rule over, that's why Most High said to Adam, the first thing he said, because you hearken. We gotta listen to our women, but they gotta know how to be able to be in order with the decision that the man makes. That's why the man gotta know this Bible. You gotta know the Spirit of the Most High to make the right decision and not have you and your whole family going to hell because you making wrong decisions. That y'all all living together and operating together. You raising a family, you're gonna have all them go to hell because you off, because your woman had told you something that's off. Because she want power and had the power. And you don't know how to really conduct a household, to really run your household. Destroy the ways of thy paths. I mean, Mashiach Shai said he the way. So you can't go through, you ain't gonna be able to go through him and operate with him if you allow this woman to lead you to hell. I mean, it is what it is. Y'all can look at it any way you want to. I mean, I see women come up with excuses, this, that, and the third. No, the scriptures is clear. They're clear. They're clear in what they're saying. And that's from the. You see the Pharisees. The women wasn't during it. What we read about, where the women is. That's what we're dealing with now. When the women's live in. I mean, how far you got to go back to see women's live? You ain't got to go back that far. From our time now, I seen it in my time. I was shocked to see my mother in some pants. One time, that's it. I mean, that was it. They ain't seen it no more, but I mean, it didn't happen. It didn't happen. It wasn't no women in control of no men. Now, now women are just running everything. They doing their thing. But that's out of order. That's out of order. Period. That's out of order. Totally out of order. So what we gonna do? We gonna let it stay out of order, or we gonna bring it into order? Because it tells you when we go into kingdom, it's gonna be like this. And those spirits of rebellious and trying to be like the Pharisees and not understanding how we are to be. We're rehearsing right now, so you gotta rehearse right to be right. You can't rehearse right and say, oh, I'm gonna get it together when I get into the kingdom. No. Look at Isaiah 60.